My mother and her family were sent to a relocation place first, and I'm not sure where that was. It was at a racetrack down in Southern California. And then they were sent to Gila River in Arizona. In November, my father had asked to marry her, and of course he had to get special permission to leave his, wherever it was he was stationed then, to come into Gila River Camp to marry her. So he did get a special leave. I believe then he was stationed in Camp Crowder, Missouri, and it was from there that he got his leave and came into Arizona and bought a ring. And he was in military uniform for the U.S. Army as a sergeant. And he entered camp, was escorted into Gila River Camp, where he and my mother got married. The story that I heard was that he was late in getting there, and my mother was crying because she thought he wasn't going to show up. So when he entered the barracks and found her crying, he asked her why was she crying, that she should be happy. And then I guess she told him why he was late. And of course he had no control over that. And so they were married and spent their honeymoon in the barracks. And then I believe the next day he had to report back. The only story that I heard about their wedding was what she was wearing. It was ordered from a catalog, and I'm going to assume it was either the Sears or the Montgomery Ward's catalog, and it had a name. It was called the Lucky Lady or Lucky something. And as the picture will show, the buttons on her suit were shaped like horseshoes. So my father remembered the name of that suit. I'm not sure why he remembered that, but he did. And their wedding picture was taken 3 months after, when she was able to leave camp and live with my father off of campgrounds, or off of the base. Their wedding was attended by people that lived in the same barracks, which was their family, and some friends that they had. My father had a very simple ring, and my mother also had given him a ring, but I don't remember the story of how she acquired that. Maybe it was through a catalog, I don't know. A cake was made for them by putting together 4 pound cakes that they got from their commissary, or they got from their cafeteria, and it was made with some sort of a frosting that kept it all together. And on top of it, one of the friends made a bride and a groom out of crepe paper, which we still have today, and we were able to put it on the top of their 50th wedding anniversary cake. It had great meaning for them and for all of us. And it was made out of crepe paper, with my father being in his uniform. So the crepe paper was brown. It's a very special wedding cake topper. And from what I heard too, because there were a lot of chuckles about this, that a lot of games were played with them for their wedding night. Apparently their 2 cots were put together, and they were short-sheeted, and somebody had put crumbs from something into the bed, and so I heard stories like that.
My fiance, Bill, was being stationed at Camp Carson, Colorado, and he had planned to come to Minidoka to marry me. I had already had 5 documents. You had to have a clearance from the Army, Navy, FBI, and 2 local people to vouch for your character. And I had all that because we were going to be married in Minidoka. I had asked permission to use one of the recreation halls to get married, and then have a reception. And then 4 days before he was due to come, I was such a romantic. I wanted to get married on February the 14th, 1943. But 4 days before that, a telegram came saying, cancel all plans. Well, I was shocked because I thought, what happened? You know, I got jilted. So I did get permission. I went up to the administration office and asked them permission to find out why my husband was not able to come to Idaho. And he just said, military secret, I can't tell you. So I was frustrated, but then I had no choice. Well, then a letter came saying that he was going to be part of the cadre that's going to form the 442nd, so in Mississippi. And then when he was able to arrange it for me to come to Mississippi. So that's what I did. I was able to leave Shoshone, Idaho by train and went to, train was full of soldiers because of the war effort, that I had to ride on my suitcase in the aisle. And then I just went there and got to Denver, where I met another lady friend, and we traveled in to Camp Shelby. It was Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And then I said, Bill said, you have to go find a justice of the peace to marry us, because the chaplain in the army post would not marry us because we were Japanese. And that was shocking. So I thought, well, where am I going to find a justice of the peace? So I went to the YWCA because I thought I could get help there. I was rolling Red Cross bandages at the YWCA in Seattle beforehand. So when I got there and I explained to them, I said, I need to find a justice of peace. And the secretary said, why? And I said, because I want to get married. And so she said, you don't want to get married by the justice of the peace. This was like Friday. She said, come on Sunday, and then I'll ask the minister at my church after service to marry you. So I said, okay. So then I said to Bill, we're going to have to wait till Sunday to get married. In the meantime, I was staying at the guest house. So on Sunday, when we went down there at the Y, she said, come to the Y, there was a room full of people there. So what she had done was she made an announcement in church that this couple was going to get married, and they don't know anybody. So the whole church walked the couple blocks down to the Y, and they're all sitting there waiting for us. So then we were just so shocked that we were married by the minister, and then everybody filed by, and so we had all these people wish us well.